Hello, everyone. I am excited again. You guys must be tired of me saying excited, but that is my favorite word for this series, excitement. That is all I have, just because I have been talking to amazing people. But good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever on the globe you are joining us from today. My name is Bolanle Williams-Olley. I am the Chief Financial Officer and co-owner of Mancini Duffy, which is an architecture and interior design firm based in New York City. I am so excited because over the last 2 weeks, I've been having incredible conversations with impactful and insightful leaders making strides, building boldly in their various industries. And the conversations we've been having, we titled it We Build Boldly. It is in celebration of my book, Turning One, Build Boldly, Chart Your Unique Career Path, and Lead with Courage. These leaders that I've brought to the conversations have all been talking around the various chapters in the book. And today, this moment, I have a very special guest with me, Oluwatosin Olaseinde. Hi, Tosin. Hi, Oluwatosin. She
Bolanle.
is a force. She is a force. I don't want to talk too much about what she does. She will give us her elevator pitch. She will tell us all about the amazing work, her career journey, what she's doing at Money Africa, LADA, Money Africa Kids. Oluwatosin, please take the floor. Tell us about yourself and how you charted this unique career path for yourself.
Hi, everyone. Having me. I'm so proud of your work and congratulations on your book, Turning Word. So, my name is Olaseinde. I'm the founder of Money Africa. So, prior to Money Africa, I'd worked at Bloomberg and a couple of others, a mixture of media and finance. I turned 30. I'd struggled to figure it out. So, I wanted to teach other people. I was actually taking a 6 month sabbatical leave. Just going to go back into the workforce. And then it just got crazy. I'll go on Instagram, wear my red lipstick, and I love it today. And just do 1 minute videos educating people. So it could be treasury bills, bonds, and it caught fire. In the space of 6 months, we had about Instagram, and it just started blowing over. So I knew that, let's make a proper business out of this, community, and then we built a business model. So we have three arms of the business. We have Money Africa, which is on our website, take our courses, educate themselves about money. When we started teaching, that was very consistent. They would say, "Oh my gosh, I wish I learned this as a child." It was the time is here for Money Africa Kids. We're launching an MVP app for it for kids. So basically, watching short videos and all of that. Then we also have LADA. Many people have access now to Exateria, but one thing that's also been consistent: how do you personalize my investment journey? And that if a single mom with a child, or you are now in your 40s, or you just started uni, we're able to create a journey. We were only able to make this possible because of the community. So money highly on bootstrapping because of our community, and then we went on to raise funds for quick summary of Money Africa, LADA, and Money Africa Kids.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, Guys, I know Oluwatosin, the sound again, some of the words are dropping, but we'll power through. You're doing excellently. So I hope you guys got everything she said. Don't worry, at the end, she will share with us how to connect with her, with Money Africa, and all the various platforms that she's doing. I am excited to have you here because I think I've just watched how you've grown Money Africa's community from the ground up, right? From one member to now, I think you guys are in the tens of thousands, right?
Yes, over 1,000.
Say that again. Over how many?
1,000.
I'm even wrong. You're in the six figures. She has over 300,000 members in her community. And I am my friend described me as a community first leader, right? I'm always thinking about community. How do you lean into the strengths, the skill sets, the amazingness of the people within a community? So I'm curious, like when you started Money Africa, like you said, you were just sharing content, but then what was the shift for you when it came to thinking about, I think this needs to become a community. I see a need that I need to fill, and I want to now start growing people together, right? Helping people together. So what was that shift, and how did you implement it?
Well, Ali, I'm going to be very honest with you. It was initially accidental, right? You know, when and you've seen the light, so you become an evangelist, and that was what happened. I had to show the light to other people. I was so aggressive about it. I just wanted to show the light. So I did not care about revenue. I had one mission. I wanted everyone that cared to listen. So I'd come up there so eager. I didn't care if the pictures were perfect or the recording was perfect, right? And how I knew that this were my people. There was a time I wasn't feeling too well, and they had killed my DMs, like toasted. That
Oh,
happened. We were looking for you. We wanted to hear from you. You would always tell us they are listening. No, we have our people here, so they will always come for you for guidance. Whenever it was in the market, they wanted to ask me, what do you think of this? And that was when I knew that I needed to actually take this more seriously. It's not a hobby anymore. We need to grow it together, and we need to be able to expand. So they nudged me on, ready for this leadership. We are ready for this community. Let's do it. So I said, you know what? It's time. The time.
and how was I love that. I love it, right? I love that I love how honest you are, right? Like it wasn't an intentional thing. You sort of stumbled into it, but what you did was you rose to the occasion. You rose to help solve the need that all the various people who were tuning into hearing everything we're sharing. You solved their needs. So it is amazing, because some other person might have run away different and be like, no, 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 I just want to keep sharing my content, so I don't have the energy. And I know, well, so I have two questions around community. Again, one, I want to come back to financial literacy and the ability to grow finances, and how it impacts women, how it impacts leaders, right, when they're running their organization. What you've seen in your journey so far. So one, I'm saying, what is the importance of organizations, companies, making sure that their people are financially literate, and then what impact have you seen um, this financial literacy have on women who are leaders?
All right. Thank you so much for that question. Let's start with that of the company, right? That people that feel more financially secure are happy employees, right? I wouldn't mention their names. They guide their team members to invest in the stock market, right? Whenever we
Hmm.
speak to them, you can see the comfort, you can see like the pieces, the long-term plan, they're sort of sorting it out for them. For many, many, many people, the reason why is because of money. So if you can get the money problems out of the way, you're leaving them to fully, tap into other things. And if this recurring problem, this teething problem can just constantly go ahead and live their best life. So it is in the best interest of the companies to invest in finance that is possible. Let me give you a quick scenario. There was an analyst called Tom Curley, NBC, and there are four paths towards becoming a millionaire. There is a path where people have 9 to 5 job. They invest about 20% of their income regular, very intentional about cost and all of that, and they end up becoming millionaires. Now we have the winners, authors, and all these other things. We have the third one, which is called the corporate climbers. So they're CFOs and they're top executives at management level. And the fourth one are the virtuoso now. They're phenomenal. They are so good that they are ready to pay them a premium compared to stay with me. Where am I
Mm.
going? In this category, two categories here fall under people. Many people are thinking, oh my gosh, will I ever become a millionaire by working for a Peter telling you that it is possible? So you don't have to lose your best talent. They cannot financial independence. So this is where financial literacy comes in, letting them know that although you're the company, but guess what? You can still go ahead and live a very, very successful life, and we can show why it's very important that business owners are also preaching and just at the forefront of finance and keep their best talents as well. So that's just some of the reasons. So that's the first part of the question. Part of the question referring to women. There's a data that also shows that whenever it goes further, right? They spend it on the children's education. They spend it on helping the family towards growth. They are able to get more cover for every dollar, for every cent, whenever money is in the hands of women. So they're always money in the hands of women because it has a further reach. So there's data to back it. Financial literacy, how more women can make money, have money, invest money. Then talking about, we want to see it in larger, in a larger form, and that's how it's possible with money is in their hands.
Incredible, incredible. I love everything you shared, and I like that you pointed it back to data, right? Because sometimes people might hear it and say, "Oh, it sounds like a great idea or a great concept, but it's not really for me." No, the data shows what the impact of financial literacy and financial growth has, not just for the women, but their entire families, everyone that is in association with them. And I love also what you shared about financial literacy for employees and the four different paths. I'm gonna have to. I need to get it all, but I love that, right? Because a lot of times leaders might not might not think about teaching their people that, or plugging their people into resources that can help them manage their finances better. So I like these points that you brought up. I want to come back again to the impact you've seen community has had for your members, right? Right. Why is this important? If I'm a person who is just like, oh, I'm on the sidelines, oh, yes, I can handle my money myself. I don't need to be a part of Money Africa or whatever it is, right? Whatever cause or purpose that they have in their career paths, plugging it into a community. What have you seen are some of the benefits of being a part of a community?
Okay, great. So the benefits are numerous, but I'm just going to name a couple of them. Number one, for the first time, now the way investment works, it's like you putting drops and drops. This bottle gets filled up just by numerous drops into it. When people picture, then it's a problem. But when they join the community, somebody started about a year ago, and another person. Now they're not just hearing it from Money Africa team; they're hearing it from people that look like them, that are trying towards a destination that is similar to theirs. So it's easier to believe, right? They're able to see all the work. Number two, in Nigeria, for instance, or like of other African countries, you are obligated to pay insurance for certain things. I know in a couple of countries it's obligatory. Many people, for example, do not, do not have any. It's something. It's a nice to have. But if you're able to start seeing the big picture, how is a way to actually save in the long run, so that if the unexpected happens, it looks education is extremely important. Another thing is planning towards retirement. Many people see now you have just 10 or 15 years left. Imagine you woke up in your early 30s or even early 20s. So we're playing a long-term game by letting them start early. I'm showing them the picture doing X, Y, and Z now. In the next 30 years, this is what the picture looks like. So it's easier to build discipline amongst others. So you're not just talking about it, you're showing data. Once they start seeing data, it's easier for them to sort of, grab it. And also very contrary to what a lot of people talk about. personal finance is actually more as opposed to just knowledge. So behavior is very key.
Mm-hmm.
And how behavior, you tell stories that count. There's a particular book I love so much. It's called of Money by Morgan Housel. I think people should go pick it up. And it told
Can you say
a
that
story
again?
about
Share the
two
name
people.
of the book again.
The psychology of
View of
money,
money. Mm-hmm.
Morgan Housel. Fantastic. He shared the story of two people. There's a lady, she comes from a low income background, and when she died, she left $7 million to charity. She did not do anything exceptional. All she did was every month, once she got paid, she put it off in the stocks, right? And it compounded over like
Yeah.
right? And she was able to leave that amount of money towards charity. There was another guy about, he finished from Harvard. He was a vice president at Merrill Lynch. Top year, the other lady left money towards charity. He was going through a foreclosure because he was taking up too much risk. He lived
Mm-hmm.
in a house that was so huge. The mortgage was 66, right? So it just showed, like, that was per month, by the way. So he was living a lifestyle. Now, this is a person that is in the finance space. He understands, he has the knowledge, but that's where personal finance comes in. We're constantly trying to address the behavior. Our community is very key and very, very important to teach this.
Yes, yes, I love that book. Constant Psychology of Money. That was the book that Oluwatosin talked about. If you haven't read it, you need to read it. But it's one that is constantly in my books that I go back to. So thank you for sharing that. And a big part of what you said, it boils down to our psychology, right? So again, reiterating what Oluwatosin said, being a part of community helps build discipline. It helps you see other people who are on either the same path as you. It helps you build consistency as as you're figuring things out, and it also makes you not feel alone. And I will share one really quickly. So as a CFO, one of the things that I was very active in doing this year was plugging myself into CFO networks, right? Because it has been a tough 2+ years figuring things out and knowing that I'm not alone, right? Other CFOs in other industries are sort of going through the same issues. We can get together and help solve, come up with solutions for the challenges that we are facing in our different organizations. I joined something called the CFO Leadership Council. It has been instrumental, amazing in terms of the events, workshops, conferences that they've put together for us. So I think Oluwatosin's challenge and my challenge to those of you listening is think about where you are in your career and what network can you plug into, right? What community can you plug into? It could be within your organization, it could be external, but find somewhere to belong. It will definitely help you along your journey. Yes, I think you agree with me,
Yeah,
right? Yeah. Okay. So so now let's go back to this point of finding somewhere to plug. If I'm young, very early on in my career, I have to think about building community, right? I think a lot of young professionals are either shy or they don't know how to take the steps, or they think, oh, it's not as important yet. And what advice can we, I mean, you've alluded to it, but I want you to speak to like an early career professional now, right? What advice would you give to them? One, where can they begin to look for these communities to plug into? And two, maybe how do they build communities where it doesn't exist, right? You're very familiar with that. So I want you to speak to those things, but you're speaking to an early career professional.
fantastic. So almost every other day, I get a career professional asking me, oh, they want to do what to they want to join me or something along those lines. And there is one part of community people underestimate, and that is the power of peer building. Now, we're be like 3 steps or 5 steps ahead, which there is nothing bad there. I also do that, but with much power into peer building. If you want to start a community, look around you, have similar interests, or you think you can join forces together to make that happen. It could be 3, it could be 4. Now, what you're doing is you're stirring up a little fire, right? And as time goes, you see, it's so you. After a while, people start joining, people start plugging in, people start plugging in. You start other people you've been trying to get anyways. When something is so good, trust me, it is so good they cannot ignore. I mean, I found a community recently. It's called 20 something, right? So this is like people definitely in their 20s solutions. It's powerful. So let's say you're a woman in tech, you're a young woman in tech, start something, right? Also, when people have numbers, it's easier for you to also get that attention. The bigger community, you're telling them, listen, it's 10 of us trying to do this. This is what we have to. No more a take. It's almost like a mutually beneficial relationship. The chances of them listening to do not look down on the power of your peers. Look around you. Go find those people. You're insigning, you're joining forces together, you're setting timelines. We're going to do X program, we're going to join this course, we're going to get the certification. You're doing it in numbers, you're getting other people to join you. The beautiful thing about being young as well is that you have a critical asset that other people do not have. Okay? I'm currently 34. I will never be 24 again. I cannot buy. You have those 10 years and you don't have to buy it, and you can leverage your need to the best of their ability. Leverage heavily on your peers. Number 2, be consistent. Number 3, together. What are we trying to achieve? What is our purpose? Another people invited purpose. Every day they want to put out one content, and we act as accountability partners. I thought to myself, maybe I don't need this that much, but it was actually quite interesting because now you're forced to report to the group to say, hey, I put out content or I did not. Something so little. You understand accountability. So please go and lean in to people that look like you, that have similar struggles, and join.
I love it. I love it. Do not underestimate the importance of peer-to-peer community building. You are both sort of you are a group of 10. And I think the other thing that I want to also stress is, like you said, don't look down on the number, right? So some people might say, oh, it's just 2 of us, or oh, it's just 5. This whole idea of doing these conversations came from a mastermind with me and one of my really good friends. We masterminded it, right? So do not think that 2 is not a big enough community, right? Do not underestimate the power of getting together with your peers, as well as getting together in small groups, right? Lots of things, good things can come about by plugging in. So I love that you shared that. So we've talked about what you've done. We've talked about looking, encouraging younger folks. But now let's talk about people who you've looked up to, right? Who has been a powerful mentor, or maybe did you see a community that you really loved, that sort of inspired you, and has now and then essentially caused you to want to reciprocate and do for others?
Okay. Like I said at the beginning, in the sense that I was really just in this thing that I love and I continued. However, in the journey that I'm like, oh my gosh, this is beautiful, right? So you have a community on Facebook called Female Men, talking about the challenges of women and things like that. Really, really big community. I think that you can see the heart of the community managers, and they put their soul into it. That's very, very intentional about it. Another community that I also wanted to speak of, realized that was what they were doing. When we were much younger, my dad moved to Democrat with my mom. So now these are English speaking people in a French speaking country. Other they'll do is they get together all the Nigerians there, and they would have lunch every Sunday. So after his house,
Wow.
and it was not structured, but it was so helpful in this business and that person. And they all just helped each other. Some of them got married, some of them have kids, not to be so big, and they're now lifelong friends. And I was telling my mom the other time that that was what they were doing, but it was a community, and it's so beautiful, to actually watch. So look closely enough, there is one community or the other, whether it's small, medium, or large.
I think so. I think so. I love it. I love that you were able to, excuse me, reflect back and think about your parents' experiences because, like you said, unintentionally or not, you might have seen something that looked like it that inspired you. And I also like that even as you're building, you're still finding inspiration from other people, right? So it's not like you've created your own community and then your blinders are on, but you're constantly thinking about like who else can I see? What are they doing? How can it inspire and inform the things that we're building over at Money Africa? Oh my goodness! So I want to now talk about again, still on community, right? Let's talk about personally to you. Do you have a board of advisors? Do you have your like who? How is your you hinted to it a little bit with your accountability group, right? But what have you seen is the importance of having your WhatsApp group, the one WhatsApp group that we all allow of amazing people who maybe are not in financial services or doing the same thing that you've been doing. What is the importance of having that core group, and how has it helped you personally in your growth?
Fantastic. So I'm going to speak about two of those groups. I have a group with similar women, all of that. So I like the honesty. I like how we share ideas. So even though we might not all be in the same sector or section now, you can actually, borrow from it, apply it, and twist it, and all of that. And about sometimes problems, right? You would think I'm the only one going through this, but it's not just you with it. And it's a bit comforting. So you're able to then join forces together to look for a solution. Mm-hmm. Now, I look at is that of the one at work, right? We have a managerial community that we, all talk together. Remember when I started Money Africa, it was just me. Now we have a team of over 20. Sometimes I go back to that whole one, and they pull me back that, hey, listen.
Mm-hmm. There are people with you.
Exactly. So this is not on brand. Maybe this is more purposeful. Just be on track and showing that picture. We have one big goal. We want to help at least 10 million Africans, and is our actions taking us towards that goal or away from that goal? So all this blind, you're able to sort of see things that you ordinarily not see. So it's very helpful, and I love.
Oh, I love it. And I love that your team checks you. I love that they check you. They're like, don't just fall back into being an expert. Stay a leader, right? Yeah. Remember that you have a team that you're plugged into. So it's, I'm glad that you as a leader have fostered or created that environment where they feel that they can do that with you. So kudos to you. Okay, I have one last question. This has been going really, really well. I don't want to stop, but we we have to. Um, you sort of put your stake in this field that is, historically has been predominantly male. Have you found difficulty in building your community when you first started, were there a lot of other women who look like you when you first started, and how did you either one form allies, right, that helped propel you or helped guide you through, and then what would you say to somebody who might be in a field or organization where it's primarily only them, right? If we can't see other people that look like us, how do you keep going on?
Fantastic. So I remember when I started, there've been a few other people ago that was smart money arrested. Sometimes I'd send them messages. Sometimes we had all been on the see that support and how everyone is like encouraging each other, saying really incredible things. Because look at the number of people in Africa and a number of people that have jobs. Even if there were 20 of us it's still not enough, right? So it's
Mhm.
very important that we join forces together and create that ally. Being women, you always get, I see them a lot. A lot of young women in my DM. Oh my gosh, Tosin, I love that you also want to do. And I'm always saying, don't ask for permission. Go ahead and do it. We need more numbers there. We need to be
Yes.
able. So please go ahead and do it. Show yourself, shine bright. Let's get those numbers up. Yeah.
I like that. I like that. The sky is so huge for us. Like you said, no, the current number is still not enough to help address the literacy issue all around, right? Financial, education, all the literacy issues. So please go ahead. Tosin has given you permission to start your own thing. So that is fantastic. We've been having such a great conversation. I have two fill in the blanks for you, and then you let us know where we can connect with you and just learn more about your work. Okay, so Oluwatosin is building community when?
When every day.
That's fine. You're building community every day. And Oluwatosin is building boldly when?
Oluwatosin is building today and forever.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. Okay, so please tell us where we can connect with you. What's the best way to reach out to you and learn more about the work you're doing at Money Africa?
All right, you can reach us on info@themoneyafrica.com. You can reach us on LinkedIn, Money Africa, on Twitter, The Money Africa. We have a very solid team. We're very excited to speak with you. Thank you.
Okay. All right, guys. Again, we've been having conversations around Build Boldly. This is my book. We're celebrating 1 year anniversary of the book being out. Please buy a copy, buy 10, buy many for your organization so that your people can be empowered to build bold careers and live bold lives. Thank you all so much. Thank you so much, Oluwatosin. I really appreciate you making out the time.
For having me. I enjoyed the interview.
Oh, great. Bye, everyone.
Bye.